Good morning, yogis. Let's begin in a comfortable seat, connecting sits bones to earth, toning belly, lengthening through crown of head. So as you might know, this is a full moon day. And in the yoga practice, full moons are times that we could reflect on things that are serving for us, letting go of things that aren't serving. And they're a time to balance out the more solar energy that our practice tends to be. Chandra Namaskar is this honoring of the sun. It's heat generating. And also yogis believe that the sun resides in our solar plexus. So that also makes sense, right? When we're doing a lot of core strengthening, demanding things, flowing with breath, where the practice begets almost a little cardiovascular. It's building that fire, the sun. And the moon energy is thought to reside at the crown of our head, Amrita, this idea of this sacred nectar that is here and kind of dripping down, sort of energizing our body and calming and balancing. Ancient yogis believed that even this Amrita was kind of limited. So they would do practices that would help to cultivate it, balance it, and preserve it. So it might be, seated meditation. It might be headstand or root locks. So think about that idea of that we want to find the balance in our practice as well as our life to kind of balance out that energy. We can't always be doing the solar type of work, right? Some days our energy just isn't there. And a lot of times we might feel, wow, it's such a bummer that my energy level isn't really up to par today, but that's okay. What about honoring that when our energy level is a little bit at a lower level and going with it and doing a more restorative practice such as a moon salutation, Chandra Namaskar. So that's what we will do today. And we'll start with a meditation to kind of get into that space, this quieter, more receptive space. So once again, find a comfortable seat, change your leg position if you like, ground through sits bones, lengthen up so that you're in this receptive space. And then draw your hands together in Anjali Mudra. This mudra contains all the mudras. So this is where you could stay if you find this comfortable. But if you're able to, keep the heels of your hands and your pinkies together. Let the other 6 fingers blossom open into lotus mudra. Keep this lotus flower in front of your heart. Close your eyes and breathe here. So the idea of this mudra is it's open to receiving and letting go. So it's like a cup where it could receive anything that you want to cultivate in life. And it also is open to just letting go of things that you want to release that aren't serving for you anymore. So embrace those ideas as you rest here in this seated meditation for a few moments. Feel this idea of bringing to your awareness, or rather bringing to your heart space, things that you want to cultivate, things that you want to foster and grow. And then also bring to your awareness things that might not have been serving for you, things that the cycle has passed and that you might want to let go. And you don't have to think about these things too hard. Rather feel them. So they may not even take shape in a form, in words, in your mind. That's okay. Just breathe with that energy of cultivating what is serving and good for our highest good, of benefit to you and all beings, and letting go of what's not serving, what had its time. And we're letting go. So breathe that in a few rounds here. Keeping your breath smooth and easy. And then slowly bring our hands back together into Anjali Mudra. And then let the hands come into our lap. You can turn your palms up to the sky and let the right hand rest under the left. Or you can release your hands onto the tops of your knees. And then if your eyes are closed, you can flutter your eyes open. And now in this receptive space, this space of a quieter energy, more of a yin energy, we'll begin our practice. So it'll be less focused on alignment today, although I might give cues for safety's sake, but don't worry about it so much. Just move, feel, breathe naturally. Don't worry about forcing the breath and, ujjayi or dirga or any particular pranayama. Just breathe and move and enjoy. So let's take a sun breath, arms out to the sides, up the sky, and then fold over to the right, beginning to warm up our spine in its 6 directions. Breathing here into the left side body, opening up, getting long, receiving your practice, and then exhale and folding over to the left. And breathing here. And then let's lift up, give a little firmness to the belly to support us as we twist to the right. Right hand could go behind the back. It could be on a block for a little extra lift. Breathing here, maybe looking over your right shoulder so you get some rotation in your neck. Come back through center. Get long, twist to the left. Breathing here. Coming back through center. Let your arms go down wide to the side, back behind you to take an extension. Fingertips on the earth, lift your heart, maybe lift your gaze. Breathing. And then sweeping your arms forward, going into a forward fold here, hinging from the hips. Hands could be wherever feels comfortable for you. No forcing or pushing today, right? We're just receiving our practice. We're doing what's most loving for our body today. All parts of it. Good. Now from here, we can turn this into a puppy pose. So if it feels comfortable for you, you can roll over your feet and onto your knees, or you could come through, a half lunge. You can roll forward and then pivot into a half table where your knees are under your hips. You can keep the toes curled under or on the tops of the feet, walking the hands forward, head between the arms, and take your puppy pose. Always honoring where you're feeling, keeping your head at heart height. If that feels comfortable, you could be on forearms or blocks. Or if it feels nice to melt your heart and take a little bit of an extension, you can do that too. And breathe here. Taking one more full breath cycle. And then let the next inhale rise you back up to a tabletop. Finishing up with one more spinal movement, Ganesha Mudra. So your hands might want to be a little farther forward of the shoulders for this one. Send your hips back towards your heels, then over to the right, then forward towards the mat, and then to the left. So you're basically circling your hips. And as you're doing that, you could melt your heart, you could come up into an extension, you could come to the side or add rotation, and just feel that you're really moving your spine, maybe even getting your head into it. moving through blocks. Remember, Ganesha is that Hindu deity, the remover of obstacles, the elephant head boy, the boy with an elephant head. Kind of just bringing all the obstacles out of our way. So feel that in your body. You're just moving through all tight places, going the opposite direction. Just making space for breath and energy. Flowing. In this next round, you can come back into a child's pose this time, sending hips back to heels, making any adjustments to make this feel like the best child's pose for you right now. And then when you're ready to rise up, you can draw your hands in. You can roll over your feet, come through a half lunge, come up through an uttanasana. And then you can soften your knees, lift your heart, lift your torso, your arms wide to the side, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, hands to prayer, and then pull the prayer down to your heart once again, Anjali Mudra or Lotus Mudra, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then release your arms down by your sides. Okay. So, Chandra Namaskar. So we're really used to this Surya Namaskar. And this one is, again, not so worried about alignment. Just feel and breathe. Don't worry so much about your breath. And also note, it's a little bit more of a modern sequence. Probably developed in this in the 20th century. I think maybe around the 60s in Kripalu Yoga. And so we'll start with that one. It's a little shorter. And we're going to treat that one like as a warm up for us. And then this other one that I've been practicing for years, I would say that one's a little bit more inspired to the one that came out of India. It's a little longer. All poses you're going to remember. We've done this before. It just feels nice. Again, enjoy. Don't worry so much about alignment. Modify where you want so that it feels good. Like think about just being soft, being in that receptive space, being loving to your body. So we'll start for this first one, just in the middle of our mat. So you're here in the middle of the mat. Again, have blocks handy if you want. Probably they would be in the front of our mat. So if I wanted to have my blocks staged, I'll just bring them in front. Okay, just in case you need them. And then when you're ready, we will step out into a 5-pointed star. Heels in, toes out, lift arms to shoulder height. Come on, feel good. Just feel that this breaking the midline of the body, opening up through your fingertips to your toes. Let this feel really nice. Good. And now we'll take a side bend, sort of like one of the earlier triangle poses. You can lower your right arm down and send that left arm to the sky and take a nice side bend here. Good. Breathing into the whole left side body. And then rise up, back to your 5-pointed star. Go over to the other side. Side bend to the left. Breathe right. Come back up through center through our 5-pointed star. And then maybe turn your toes more towards parallel. Hinge forward, like you're going, we're going to head to Prasarita. So you could keep your hands on your hips. They could come onto blocks. They could come onto the earth. Up to you. So come into your fold. Then lift up halfway. So the good thing about having blocks is that when you do your half lift, you might want to bring your block to the higher side so your torso is in line with your hips. Good. Ground left hand, twist to the right. Go back into your fold, so lowering the hands back into the fold. Shifting the weight towards balls of feet. Rise back up halfway, ground your right hand, twist to your left. Lower that left hand down, go back into your fold, whatever that is for you. And then we're gonna go into a side lunge. So turn your right heel in, toes out, bend the right knee, walk your hands slightly over to the right, even if you take your blocks with you. You know, you might be on your blocks for Skandasana. So you can see this. I'm gonna lift up so you can see. So this foot is at an angle. The knee is going in the direction of the toes. Hips are facing forward, and then somewhere here to here to here for that side lunge. Then we'll straighten the leg, do the same thing on the other side, the foot pivots. And again, not to be too alignment focused, but just to be, you know, safe with the knee. And so you understand this side lunge can be a little tricky. The other foot's grounded. Go at whatever, you know, depth feels comfortable for you. Then come back through center, pivoting feet. Maybe they're more parallel. You're back into your prasarita, your wide-legged fold. You're going to rise up halfway and you're going to come out of it with straight legs if you can. You can keep your hands onto your hips, release them out like a T. Rise back up. You're into your 5-pointed star. Good. Send your arms a little higher, bend elbows and knees, squat into your Devyasana squat. Good. Come back up to your 5-pointed star and then step your left foot to meet your right, arms by your sides. Samastitihi. Good. All right. Let's do that one more time. We'll add a Devyasana on in the beginning. So when you're ready, you can step out. You can hop if you want, but again, we're keeping this a little bit more calm. Lifting arms to 5-pointed star. Bend our elbows and knees and squat down into your Devyasana. Come back to your 5-pointed star. Lower left arm down, fold to the left. Rising back up to 5-pointed star, fold right. Come back up to 5-pointed star, hinge forward, prasarita. Again, adjusting your feet as you're going along. Finding the height that feels comfortable for you. Going into your fold, shifting your weight forward, keeping the legs nice and happy and aligned. Rise up halfway, twist to the left. Lower that left hand down, twist to the right. Lower that hand down and fold. Rise halfway, bend your left knee, walk your hands over, Skandasana left side. Back through center, you can even fold. Rise back up, bend right knee, Skandasana, over to the right. Rise back up, straighten leg, fold again, last time. With your strong legs, rising up, arms out like a T, back for your 5-pointed star. Arms are a little higher than shoulder height, drawing back, broad across our chest, receiving our practice, that moon energy, that lunar energy. Heels come in as we bend elbows and knees, maybe bringing feet in for Devyasana, shifting weight back towards heels. Good. Rising back up to your 5-pointed star, stepping right foot to meet your left, arms by your sides. Nice. Good job. Okay. So now we're going to build. This one will be a little longer. It'll have more poses and again, make it feel good. So we'll do it twice. We'll start on the right side and move to the left side of our mat. Then we'll move from the left side of our mat to the right and finish up. And that's what's nice about this practice. It's again another way to use our space, our mat space. We don't usually move laterally in our practice. So have your blocks handy if you need them. Again, they'll be a little bit more toward the right side of our mat for this sequence. All right, so finding your Tadasana, connecting feet to earth, Toning belly, lengthening through crown of head. So we've got, again, a free flow of energy. Receiving that lunar energy as we inhale, send our arms out to the sides, up to the sky. You can keep your hands in Anjali Mudra or Sapana Mudra, where you make that little, steeple shape. Sorry, you can't see my hands so much. Inhale here, get long, maybe extend by lifting your heart and gaze, pressing hips forward, honoring your lower back. Come back through center. Exhale, fold over to the right. Come back through center. Exhale, fold over to the left. Come back through center, step that left foot out, 5-pointed star. Heels in, toes out, arms at shoulder height. Breathe here, a couple of breaths, let it feel good. Next, inhale, bend elbows and knees and find your Devyasana. Good, shifting weight back toward heels, broad across collarbones. Go as deep as feels comfortable for you. Come back up to your 5-pointed star. Turn your palms down. Left toes go forward or in. Right leg and foot go out, getting ready for warrior two. Go into your warrior two pose. Nice. Maybe make adjustments. You're going to have to adjust your feet as we move along here. So do that as you need to take the most comfortable serving shape for your body. And then rise back up, getting ready for triangle pose. Tuck that right hip under, reach forward, lower right arm down, left arm to sky. Breathing here, opening your heart, receiving that lunar energy so that you can cultivate what is serving. Breathe it in. And then exhale, lower left hand to meet the right. Pivot on the back foot because we're going to pyramid. So maybe you're going to have your hands on your thigh interlaced or on the blocks. And breathe here. Bend your right knee, send your left leg back. Go into your runner's lunge. Using blocks if you need, underneath your hands. Square hips. Ground your left hand and twist to the right. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot, twist to the left. Lower that hand down, plant your left foot, turn your right foot in an angle, keep that right knee bent, Skandasana, side lunge. Straighten your right leg, walk your hands to the midline, feet are parallel facing the long side of your mat or turned in, Prasarita. You could take a forward fold. Rising up halfway, grounding right hand onto the earth or block, or even right leg, twist left. Lower the left hand down, twist right. Lower that hand down, go back into your fold. Maybe the crown of your head is coming closer towards the earth. Activating the crown of the head, the seat of our Amriti, that divine nectar. Rising up halfway, walk your hands over to the left, bend the left knee, Skandasana left side. Now we're coming around the other side of the moon, doing the whole sequence backwards. Or in reverse, not backwards necessarily. Good. And then pivot your hands to frame your foot, going into your runner's stretch. Maybe the left hand still to the inside of the left leg as you open up to the right. Lower the right hand down to the inside of the left foot as you spin your torso to the left, left arm to sky. Left hand lowers down, framing that foot. Pause in your runner stretch, maybe get some space between your belly and your thigh. Step in with your right foot, grounding the heel, left leg towards straight or pyramid. Using your blocks if you need to. If you don't have them, if they didn't track over here, maybe grab your blocks or come up onto your thigh. Opening up into triangle now. So your left hand could be towards the earth or on the leg. The back foot will ground. And then you're going to like lift your right elbow to the sky to open up into Trikonasana. Blossom open. And then rising up. Good. Bend the left knee, Viratu. Straighten the left leg. Pivot heels in, toes out. 5-pointed star. Good. Step right foot to, bend the knees, bend elbows, Devyasana. Don't want to forget this. This is a fun one. Shift weight back toward heels. Straighten your legs, extend your arms. Step right foot to meet the left as your arms go overhead. Good. Fold over to the left. Back through center. Fold to the right. Back through center. Staying here, lifting your heels a little or a lot. Draw inner ankles in. Staying here for your balance, or keeping your heels lifted, bending your knees into a squat. It could be a little squat or a bigger squat. Keep your heels lifted. Here's your balance. You can bring your hands to prayer. You can open up to lotus. You could still be standing, that's totally fine. You could be in like a chair squat, right? When you're ready, we'll start to bring our fingers together back to Anjali Mudra, the container of all the mudras. Strong legs rise you up, keeping the heels lifted. Arms extend, arms extend. Lower the heels and float your arms by your sides or hands to prayer. Up to you. And notice how you're feeling now. All right. Nice. Okay. Hopefully nice and grounded. And let's do that on the other side. So starting here from the left, again, if you need your blocks, you might want to bring them a little bit more to the left side of your mat. Now you're getting a sense where you needed to employ them. All right, so into Tadasana. Inhale, arms wide to the side. Get long, maybe extend by lifting heart and gaze. Exhale back to center, toning belly. Fold to your left. Back up through center. Fold to your right. Back up through center. Step out with your right foot, 5-pointed star. Rise your arms overhead, bend elbows and knees, Devyasana. Rise back up through 5-pointed star. Turn palms down. Left toes in, right toe out. Bend your right knee, warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Shortening stance if you need to, Trikonasana. Lower upper hand to meet bottom hand, Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Reducing the angle of the back foot, adjusting where your hands are. Melting your heart towards your knee or towards your toes. Bend the right knee, send the left leg back, runner stretch. Left hand grounds, right arm sweeps the sky. Take your twist. Keep drawing right hip back. Right hand lowers down to the inside of the right foot as we twist to the left. Lower that hand down as you ground your left foot and find your Skandasana here. Walk your hands to the midline and straighten your legs. Take your Prasarita, your forward fold. Shifting weight towards balls of feet. Rise up halfway, ground your left hand and twist to the right. Lower right hand, open left hand, twist to the left. Lower the left hand down. Exhale, fold again, Prasarita, shifting weight towards balls of feet. Lifting hips, melting. Maybe the crown of the head touches the earth. Rise up halfway. Walk your hands over to the left side as you pivot that left foot, grounding right, Skandasana left side. Hands frame our left foot, get into your low lunge. Good. Right arm sweeps the sky, twisting to the right. Right hand lowers, left arm sweeps the sky, twisting left. Lower that hand down, you're back into your low lunge for a moment, lengthening from crown to heel. Bring your left leg towards straighter as you even step in with your right foot, pyramid pose, making any adjustments, head to knee, Parsvottanasana. Nice. Lifting up halfway, getting ready to open up into Trikonasana, left arm down, right arm opens. Okay. Rising up to the starting position, bending the knee, warrior two. Straightening left leg, opening hips and torso to the side, palms facing forward, fingers bright, five-pointed star. Bending elbows and knees in Devyasana pose. Rising back up through your five-pointed star. Stepping left foot to meet the right, arms overhead. Folding to the right. Coming back through center. Folding to the left. Coming back through center. Staying here, lifting your heels. This could be your balance pose, or you can turn this into a tiptoe squat. Find a place that you can maintain in your squat. Lower your hands to your heart. Anjali Mudra or Lotus Mudra. When you're ready, you can use your strong legs to rise you back up. Lowering your heels and lowering your hands to your heart. And breathe here. Nice work, everyone. Hopefully you feel open and relaxed and grounded. Let's finish with one more balance pose. Let's do our Vrikshasana, our tree pose. So you can come to your wall if you need. Put the weight into your left leg, soften the right knee, and then externally rotate that leg a few times, just getting into the hip a little. Hopefully it's receptive after those side lunges, but might be nice just to kind of wiggle around. Let it feel good. Find your external rotation, whatever that is for you today. Let the heel rest over the ankle, the arch on the calf, or heel to inner thigh. Good. Wherever you are, see if you can keep the toes pointing down in the direction of your standing leg. The foot and the standing leg pressing toward each other to create more of a lift through your torso. Keeping your hips elevated as best you can. Hands could remain on the hips, at the heart. They could take Lotus Mudra or Sapana Mudra and extend to the sky. So find your tree today, your unique tree, your beautiful, unique tree. And then when you're ready, you can come out the way you came in, maybe releasing your hands to your heart, bringing the leg back in through the midline and planting it down. Maybe shaking out the standing foot if that needs it. Always remembering the elements of our foot yoga. And then when you're ready, grounding your right foot and externally rotating the left hip a little, seeing where that's going to go today for a static balance pose. And then find your tree on this side. Grounding and lifting. Keep a soft gaze. A smooth, easy breath, even amidst any wobbling. Find your fullest expression, whatever that is for you. Then yogis, when you're ready, you can start to deconstruct your tree. And coming back into your Tadasana. Releasing your arms by your sides, palms facing forward, and breathe here. Breathing in what you want to cultivate and let go what is no longer serving. And when you're ready, let's make our way onto our mats. Let's make our way all the way down. You can go down by way of a squat if you like, a tiptoe squat if you're so inclined, or any other way that you want to get onto your mat. Good. Nice. And let's finish up with one. We'll do another forward fold here, and then we'll go on to our backs. So we can bend that right knee. We'll take a Janu Sirsasana. Good. And breathing here. Having that foot against the leg, just like we did with tree. Drawing your navel over your extended leg. And then you can go forward. You can extend your arms if you like, or just walk your hands forward. Keeping your torso long, so you're extending from hips to crown of head, and take a nice forward fold over that extended leg. So forward folds are generally pacifying, calming poses. We're just melting our heart, and it feels generally nice and grounding. So breathe that in. Your hands again are framing your foot. Maybe they're holding onto a yogi toe with the 2 point, your middle and point your finger wrapped around the outside of the toe. or you're holding onto the foot. Don't try not to pull on your toes. That's not really great for the toes. So keep a nice stable hand hold, or let your hands rest on your leg or the mat. Take a breath or two here. And then when you're ready to come up, look towards your toes so that you come up with length and then rise up. Now let's turn this into a side bend, a Parivrita, or a revolved side angle, or Janu Sirsasana, that is. And so you can let the leg go out to the side as much as you want. So you can even keep it basically facing forward, but if you want to send it out to the side, that might feel nice. Keep your hips kind of level. That's the one thing that we want to have here is our hips are level, not like the one hip hiking up. So that might indicate where this leg goes, what angle you have it in. So good. And then we'll turn our navel toward the bent knee. You can even hold on to the bent knee. And you can send your right arm out, up towards the sky and over, and take a side bend to the left. So you're breathing into the right side, and breathe here. You're using the leverage of the right hand and knee to support you, and just go as far to the left as feels comfortable for you. Again, no forcing or breathing, we're just receiving our practice. Nice. And then let's rise up. Raise your arms by your sides. You can extend your legs, maybe even a little windshield wiping if that would be nice in the hips. You know, your legs could be bent for that or straight. This is a fine way to windshield wipe. Good. And then bring your movement to stillness. You can have your hands by your hips. Take a little Dandasana back bend. You could do Parivrottanasana, the reverse plank if you want, but not necessary. We just want to lift our heart a little bit. Loop the shoulders down the back, drawing shoulder blades towards the spine. Maybe lift the gaze if it feels okay in the neck, and just take a nice gentle back bend. And receiving that lunar energy, that yin energy, to balance out a lot of our yang life, our yang solar doings. And then come back to center, and we'll take that on the other side. So find your Janu Sirsasana by, maybe taking the inner left thigh to bend the knee and bring that foot wherever it wants to land to rest against the extended right leg. Could even, be here. So it doesn't matter. It's kind of like tree pose, same thing. Do it where it feels comfortable. Both hips are grounded, legs are grounded, and then you're rotating your navel over your extended leg. You could extend your arms and then hinge forward. And pause here. And breathe. Again, finding your hand position. Keep elongating rather than rounding. Melting your heart towards your knee or your toes. And then look towards your toes. With length, rise up to seated. We'll send our right leg out a tiny bit or a lot of it, up to you, as long as you can keep your hips sort of level. Good, and then rotate from your navel. Bring the right hand onto the left knee. Left arm can reach away to get broad across your collarbones, and then send the left arm up and over to the right. Keep spinning your heart open. Keep grounding the left hip, when the knee don't let it rise up. So you want to stay grounded and just go as far as feels comfortable for you. Taking one more breath here. And then let's rise up. Releasing both hands behind the back, extending both legs out in front. Again, maybe a little windshield wiping. Extending the legs, grounding fingertips, drawing elbows and triceps toward each other as you lift your heart. Coming out of that extension, preparing to roll onto your backs. So maybe bend your knees, planting feet, and roll down, or using the hands and the elbows to come onto your back for a moment. So you're resting here in any way that feels comfortable for you. I'm going to bend my knees and take a constructive rest, pressing my low back down. Taking a few moments to breathe here, to notice how I'm feeling. So now let's bring both knees in toward our chest. Give them a squeeze. You can even peel your head towards your knees towards your head. You can massage on the back body, making circles with the knees in either direction. Yeah. Nice. And now bring that any movement to stillness. Let your knees draw apart, and you can hold on to your shins or ankles with your hands in between your legs, right? Like a Supta Baddha Konasana. If you're able to, you could hold on to the outside blades of your feet, the pinky toe sides of your feet, and then lift your feet towards the sky so that your shins are, perpendicular to the earth and right over the knees. Happy baby. You can pull the legs down on either side of your torso. Notice how that feels. Maybe grounding through the back of your skull. Keeping a little gentle lumbar curve. Hips or tailbone are kind of drawing down. Now you can stay here and rock side to side, turn this into happy baby if you like. Or we can turn this into a core movement by releasing our hands behind our head. And then bringing that, lifting up and twisting right elbow toward left knee, and maybe even extending that right leg away. And then you can come back up, bending the right leg, returning to neutral. Lift up and twist left elbow to right knee as you extend the right leg at an angle. And keep going like that. Taking your crunch in this way. Flowing with breath. Smooth and easy. Just a little core strengthener. Not too much. You don't even have to extend the leg. You can just do your lifting and twisting. So a couple of more. Last time. And then come back to that happy baby or dead bug. Good. You can even pull the legs down a little bit more, maybe, if that feels comfortable for you. And then we can extend our legs up to the sky, releasing the legs up, arms down by your sides with palms down or up, and find a hip stand to finish up. So a gentle inversion to send all that energy back towards the crown of the head, preserving the Amriti at the crown of the head. Grounding our energy at this lunar, very auspicious lunar cycle. Returning to our breath, smooth and easy. Our natural breath, nothing forced. You can add movement to your ankles. And then you can pause. You can keep your legs here or lower them down anytime. So that we can take these next few moments in the shape that's most serving, most loving, most supportive to you right now, while you take a final relaxation to integrate the work that we did, restore our energy, and so we can absorb the Shanti, the peace of yoga. Seek healing, a refilling of energy and spirit as soon as you see that you need it. You don't have to push yourself to give, do, or perform when what your body, mind, soul, and emotions need is to heal. Seek support of your natural balance. Listen to your body, listen to your soul, and both will tell you what they need and when. If you aren't certain what you need, ask. Ask your body what you need. Ask your heart what to do next. Ask God and the universe to help. Find the balance that's right for you. Become sensitive to your needs. When you become stressed, depleted, out of sync, in need of healing, seek help immediately. Nurture and care for yourself until you're in balance once again. Inhale, receive. Exhale, give back. Your natural balance is as necessary as breathing. The inhaling is the breathing in of life's energy. The exhaling is the sharing of your resources. You wouldn't expect to exhale if you hadn't inhaled. So it goes with healing, with our life force, with our energy. You cannot give it out if you don't take it in. Find the balance of receiving and giving, of taking in energy and giving out of energy that works for you. Let the balance become natural. See how much more you do and are. See how much better you feel when you keep your life force vital. Allow your breath to deepen. Gently rock your head from side to side. Bring movement to fingers and toes. Yeah, rotation to ankles and wrists. Maybe sweep your arms overhead, taking a big stretch. You like, you can release and give your legs a squeeze. And then roll to right side, resting there for a moment. And use your right hand or left hand to sit up slow, returning to a comfortable seat like we began. And drawing your hands to heart center. In Anjali Mudra. Then keeping the pinkies and the thumbs together as you let the other 6 fingers blossom open to Lotus Mudra. Breathing in that which you wish to cultivate. Breathing out and letting go of that which no longer serves you. Now let's bring all of our fingers back together into our Anjali Mudra as we seal our practice by joining our voices in a gentle Om. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. Namaste.